I'm out on a walk. It's so pretty outside. Finally, our air is clear. And I'm just listening to videos about Rituxan for the ITP. And it's so interesting because it's a monoclonal antibody, like what the Herceptin is that I took for the HER2 positive piece of the breast cancer diagnosis and treatment that I got through. So I'm now just trying to learn up on Rituxan, it has those two names, what it does and what kind of side effects I might need to deal with. It's an immune suppressant, an autoimmune suppressant. So all the things like sniffly nose and increased risk for infection. I'm trying to get in there on Monday for ITP, my platelet problem, thrombocytopenia, that has come as a secondary thing from the cancer treatment. So I've been dealing with that for a little bit over a year. My platelets are definitely crazy low. I have hematomas and bruises, and there's a lot to know about it. I just learned that it attacks the B cells. I don't know what the B cells are, but no, it binds to the B cells. It doesn't attack two different things. Really hope I don't have a lot of bad side effects. With Herceptin, I didn't really. Upon the first infusion, that's when the highest risk for like serious side effects could happen. It's very interesting, this whole thing. I feel like I have to, I just become a doctor of my own world, learning about all these things. And then they have to do a Hep B and C, I think, panel to make sure you don't have that, because it could like flare that up or make it worse in some way. And there's also some really, really rare, it was like PML or something like that, some super rare side effect that could happen that is like deadly. Well, I guess you could always die. I don't know if they said that that's a side effect, but every time I have to sign a consent, almost every consent I'm signing is one that says like you could die. And so I'm kind of used to signing those things now, which is a little scary, but they have to protect themselves, I guess. So I'm just happy to be able to be out walking again. Really nice to have this blue sky behind us and see the clouds and the trees and take a walk. I really needed it, so yay. I'm about to go get my NPlate shot, and I just wanted to make a video because look, isn't that the prettiest color ever in the world? I'm drinking beetroot juice. I'm just at the hospital, so I'm just in a parking lot, but check it out, this stuff. Getting the NPlate today, and then hopefully I'm getting the Rituxan on Monday. I read about it, the more I'm just like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? It's a little intense to have just gotten the maximum amount of NPlate on like Thursday last week, and now it's Wednesday, and I'm getting it again, and then I'm gonna douse my body with this monoclonal antibody on Monday, and my body needs a break, but I don't know what to do, when the platelets just get so low. It's super dangerous, and it zaps my energy, and I just want my energy back. So hopefully I'm making the right decision. Okay, I'm here at the hospital. Okay, well, I just got my NPlate shot, and I spoke to one of the nurses, and the nurses are amazing. They have all the scoop on everything, and I asked my favorite nurse there about the Rituxan, and she said, you can pretty much guarantee to get the side effects. She thinks it's a derivation or derived from a mouse. Basically, it goes into the body, and the body is like, the body freaks out, which is good in the sense that it's responding to some foreign invader. I had a strong hit. I was sitting there waiting to get my NPlate shot. I was reading about the Rituxan, have just had such a strong feeling that I'm going to get better on my own, that I've been through so much. I've put my body through so much. I've gone through the 7 general anesthesia, I can't say the word, surgeries over the last almost 2 years, less than 2 years. And my body has just not really had a chance to totally recover, to now then throw a monoclonal antibody, which is considered it's a chemo light. It's not chemo. It was used for some types of lymphomas or something like that. And the other thing, just putting me at higher risk for infection. I just am not comfortable with that. I get so like heated about it and I want it to happen now. And then he moves into gear and makes all these things happen. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. So she just reminded me, she said, it's your health, it's your body, you get to say, which of course I would say the same exact thing to somebody else. I'm meeting with him again on Friday. I'm concerned because since I've gotten through cancer and since I've been through all these surgeries and I feel like I'm already immunocompromised and this is going to make me even more immunocompromised, I'm going to ask him questions. I'm scheduled to do this thing on Tuesday and I could cancel it and I may just cancel it. I'm going to get a CBC tomorrow and I just got the NPlate. If my numbers are over 10, I think I'm just not going to do the Rituxan. As far as I know, I'm just not really having any negative reactions to the NPlate. I feel grateful for that, and I'm sure there's probably scary things about it. There's some major brain deformity that could come from the Rituxan, and as far as I know, there's nothing like that with the NPlate. Why would I want to put myself in a position where something like that could happen? I've been through so much. I actually feel pretty good overall. So we'll see. Okay. I just walked up 2 flights of stairs. Last visit to Stanford. I still have the seroma. I'm wrapping it tight. I'm going to follow up with them in a month. They'll probably aspirate it, and I just pray and hope that, number 1, my platelets are high enough, and number 2, I don't get an infection. I'm really afraid of having to take another antibiotic. I mean, they gave me so many drugs, which is, I'm pretty sure, how I got the ITP, is a drug-induced ITP. So it scares me to think about more drugs entering my system when my body overreacted to it. Well, I just met with my doctor, the hematologist, medical oncologist, and we decided to keep me going on the NPlate. My platelets were up at 30,000, and I'm guessing it's the NPlate. I would love to imagine that something I'm actually doing is making a difference. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't, but I felt amazing yesterday. I could tell that my platelets were up. And then we also just talked about getting a PET CT and a CA-125. The CA-125 is the test for ovarian cancer, which I have no ovaries. He's gonna order that for me. That'll be my next blood test, which is not gonna be for a month. I'm not gonna go get another blood test unless I notice that I'm severely, like getting a bunch of hematomas or bleeding. Last time I was bleeding in my lungs. I worried, and then now my platelets are up to 30,000. So I am happy with the NPlate. I actually have no idea what it's doing long term. I do hope that there aren't any extremely adverse side effects long term. In the short term, I just feel tired. I'm actually feeling pretty good about everything right now. I was able to get my walks in. I'm back to walking in the morning, getting 5,000, 6,000 steps. It's awesome. And the air is good now. I'm so happy. It's great. Our air quality index is like 7. So I can be outside. I never knew I would miss blue skies as much as I did. Blue skies and some clouds. My new favorite breakfast is these pancakes, and there are only 2 ingredients in there. It's eggs and banana. And I just put 2 bananas in the bowl. I put like 4 or 5 eggs, and then I just mix it up. And the longer you mix it, the better. And then I have coconut oil in the pan. So these are, keto, paleo. I guess they're not vegan because they have eggs, but they're everything else. So they're so good. I could eat like 50 of these.